Good morning, Mr. Chairman, panel of judges, my distinguished guests, and my fellow colleague. My name is Adegun Eniola Esther, and I am honored to stand before you today, representing the Lagos State Ministry of Health, Lagos, Nigeria. As part of my journey in this program, I recently completed the Policy Advocacy in Genomic course. Today, I would like to share what I have learned, my personal views on the subject, and most importantly, why embedding ethical perspective in policy making is not just beneficial, but absolutely vital for our collective future. Through this course, I gained a deep understanding of how rapidly genomic science is advancing and how critical it is to bridge the gap between complex laboratory data and actionable public health policy. I learned that policy advocacy in genomics isn't just about promoting scientific progress. It is about creating frameworks that regulate, protect, and democratize genomic data so that it serves the public good equitably. My personal views. From my perspective, genomics holds the key to the future of healthcare, offering unprecedented opportunities for disease surveillance, personalized medicine, and robust outbreak responses. However, scientific breakthrough without strategic advocacy is incomplete. For genomic intervention to succeed, especially in developing health ecosystem, we must build public trust, foster transparency, and ensure that policies are tailored to the unique cultural and socio-economic context of our community. The field of genetics and genomics represents one of the most accelerating yet ethically frontal in modern science. Technologies like next generation sequencing and gene editing hold the potential to rewrite medicine, offering targeted diagnostics, rare disease therapies, and tools for precision health. A foundational takeaway from the course is that breakthroughs in the laboratory mean very little if systemic rules block them from reaching the public. Policy advocacy bridges this gap by targeting lawmakers, regulatory bodies, and funding entities. Now, the importance of considering ethical perspective in policy making is critical for several key reasons. 1. Preventing harm and safeguarding human rights. Without an ethical framework, scientific advancement can inadvertently lead to exploitation or marginalization. From the case study, during the course of study, in the case study 2, where we learned genetic privacy, and in the case study 4, genetic discrimination, the core issues was preventing the misuse of data. Integrating ethical perspective ensures that policy explicitly protects individuals from being unfairly targeted, denied employment, or dropped from insurance based on their biological code. It shifts the focus of policy from what we can do technologically to what we should do humanly. 2. Building public trust and mitigating backlash. Policy cannot succeed in a democracy without public compliance and trust. If the public perceive a technology as ethically compromised or dangerous, it can lead to widespread fear and resistance. From the case study in case study 1, during the course of the study, advocates use public forum and ethical committees to address fears surrounding human gene editing by confronting ethical anxieties openly rather than ignoring them. Policymakers build the transparency needed to garner public support for scientific progress. 3. We have the creating balance or proactive framework. Ethical deliberation forces policymakers to look beyond immediate short-term economic or scientific gain and consider long-term systematic impacts. From the case study in case study 3, balancing the ethical imperative of saving life through early interventions against regional inequity in healthcare access allowed advocates to push for standardized comprehensive screening. 4. Ensuring agility and future-proofing law. Science evolves, but rigid laws are hard to change. Ethical framework provide a set of guiding principles like autonomy, justice, and non-maleficence that stay relevant even when the specific technology changes. From the lesson learned, the module emphasized the need to stay adaptable and responsive. When policies are rooted in deep ethical reasonings, rather than just the technical spec of current tools, they remain functional even as genetic variation or gene editing techniques emerge. In conclusion, incorporating ethics ensures that policy does not just act as a technical instruction manual, but as a protective shield that aligns scientific innovation with human dignity and public safety. Thank you.